even though you've been out, you've got, seems like a ton of options on the table. I mean, you could go to Ryan route. You got Connor Ben, who
Well,
seems to want a piece of you.
no, Ryan ducked, Connor ducked, Pacquiao ducked, another unnamed fighter I'm not gonna bring up ducked.
All right, boxing fans, so let's discuss a little bit about Rolly Romero as a fighter. I know most of you guys have Rolly on somewhat of a low standard, on a low bar. I know a lot of you guys picked Tank to beat Rolly, including myself. I know a lot of us picked Ryan Garcia to beat Rolly, again, including myself. I know a lot of you guys picked Pitbull Cruz to beat Rolly. I actually picked Rolly to beat Pitbull Cruz, and we all saw how that went. But here is why I had Rolly on somewhat of a low bar. Definitely not now, but back then, this is definitely why, because of the experience that Rolly lacked in this game. Like most of these fighters starting out 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, Teofimo Lopez, Shakur Stevenson, Gervonta Tank Davis, Ryan Garcia, all started between those ages. And I believe Rolly was doing karate or taekwondo or something like that before he actually committed to the sport of boxing at the age of, I believe, 16 or 17. But again, the experience gap, 9 times out of 10, I'm going to pick the experience. How long have you been doing this for, and what type of experience you have in that ring with other elite fighters, and how active you are. Those are the 2 main things that I look for when it comes to this sport, and then we are going to break down your style. But Rolly, what changed my mindset about having the experience gap was when Rolly Romero fought Ryan Garcia. When you look at Rolly's style, he can definitely be awkward at moments, but one thing that really I disliked about Rolly was how reckless Rolly was on defense. We've seen it with Gervonta Tank Davis. We've seen it with Pitbull Cruz. Like, Rolly likes to lunge in. He likes to pressure recklessly. And don't get me wrong, Rolly is definitely a hard-hitting puncher. Probably a harder puncher than Teofimo Lopez, Shakur Stevenson, Ryan Garcia, even Gervonta Tank Davis. As he said, Rolly is the hardest hitting fighter that I have faced.
Rolly be getting caught, but Rolly, he can hit, bro. Like, he can hit. But he's the only person I felt like when he swung, it felt like bricks was in hood.
And again, Rolly just being reckless at moments, getting clipped by Tank, lunging in, not worrying about what could happen to him. And everything changed when he fought Ryan Garcia. Rolly wasn't that reckless fighter. Rolly thought about his defense before he thought about his offense. Rolly was like playing chess at the highest level when he fought Ryan. He showed development. He showed maturity. Rolly showed discipline. Rolly kept his defense in front of his offense first and played that game on the chessboard. Rolly was worried about what could happen to him, not only what he could do to his opponent. And Rolly boxed at the highest level. He showed his skill at the highest level. He showed his ring IQ at the highest level. And again, he gained that experience and learning lessons from when he fought Tank, from when he fought Pitbull Cruz. Like, Rolly looked unbeatable. It took Ryan's whole game plan by just keeping his guard up and playing defense first. Like, Rolly looked unbeatable. Like, we've seen Ryan Garcia throughout his career, and he looks unbeatable in certain fights. And then we see Devin Haney. He looks unbeatable in certain fights, especially against Brian Norman Jr. and other elite fighters too as well. And this brings me to his next matchup, which most likely we're going to get in May.
And I'm looking forward to now, on May 30th, here in Las Vegas, Devin beating up Rolly Romero. But guess what? We can get the rematch with the Garcias too in September after we tighten up Rolly Romero.
And then Devin Haney will fight Ryan Garcia in September. That's what it's looking like. I'm not saying it's official yet, but that's what it's looking like. And again, this brings me back to Rolly. It's going to be a close fight between him and Devin Haney. I think people, again, still have Rolly on a low standard, on a low bar. A lot of people feel like Ryan can still beat Rolly, that Rolly's pretty much going to be the underdog when he fights Devin Haney. Ryan Garcia is going to be the underdog when he fights Ryan Garcia, which I disagree with. If they were to have a rematch, Ryan Garcia and Rolly Romero, I would actually pick Rolly to beat Ryan again. I would favor Devin to beat Rolly because, once again, the experience, he's been there with better fighters, but I just don't think it's as wide as people are making it out to be, because Rolly is a dangerous fighter overall from what he showed against Ryan Garcia. And people need to go back and look at that fight and look how great of a performance that Rolly gave against Ryan. I just think Rolly is a dangerous fighter, is a dangerous fight for Devin Haney. It's going to be a lot closer than what people are making it out to be. Rolly is not only a dangerous fighter, but now he's a smart, high ring IQ, dangerous fighter with heavy power and heavy hands. They need to be more cautious with Rolly Romero, and I think a lot of these fighters and this boxing community needs to put a lot more respect on Rolly Romero's name and really lift up that bar because of that performance he gave against Ryan. Once again, because he has really, really matured as a fighter. Again, if he does fight Devin, it's a dangerous fight for Devin. I think it's going to be a lot closer than what people are making it out to be. And Rolly overall is going to be a dangerous fighter at 147. I think people need to stop overlooking Rolly. And he can also be, even if Rolly decided to move up to 154, he's going to be a threat. He's going to be a dangerous opponent for any elite fighter. Do I think Rolly is elite? Not yet, but he's definitely a good fighter, and I definitely have him above Ryan Garcia, but slightly under Devin Haney. I think overall Devin Haney is a better boxer, definitely has higher ring IQ. He's been there with better fighters, and I think Devin Haney can definitely win off the point system, but from what he showed us against Brian Norman Jr., Devin Haney's power definitely moved up with him to 147. It carried over significantly than what it looked like at 140, but a still very, very dangerous fight for Rolly Romero and for Devin Haney. But I'm gonna put it like this, you guys. I would not be surprised some way, somehow, if Rolly pulls this off against Devin Haney. I'm picking Devin Haney to win, but I would not be surprised because of the maturity, the development, and the ring IQ that Rolly Romero has showed against Ryan Garcia. I'm telling you guys, go back and look at that fight and stop overlooking Rolly Romero. Let me know what you guys think about this take. Again, it's a very interesting take. I feel like most of you guys are going to disagree with me because you don't like Rolly as a person. You don't like his awkward style, as most of you guys like to say, but go look at that fight once again. I know I'm repeating myself over and over and over, but go look at that fight against Rolly Romero. It tells a lot about how Rolly has developed his game, how he's developed as a fighter. Let me know what you guys think about this take. I'll catch you guys in the next one. I'm out.